Hello and welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight we are going to be talking about episode 4 of the Police Academy series. I call it a series because that's what it feels like. Everything is an hour and a half and everything is just a continuance. But joining me this evening is none other than Mr. Triple X Mike Knox. Hey, uh, there you go. And none other than the executive consultant himself. Okay. How y'all doing, gentlemen?
What's going on?
I'm just gonna say it straight out the gate. I'm not doing well because I saw Police Academy 4. That's all I gotta say. Spoiler alert! I just saw Police Academy 4. So when somebody asks you that question, how are you doing? I gotta answer honestly and truthfully. I just saw Police Academy 4.
Spoiler alert, Chris.
Mhm,
The executive consultant is
mhm.
rain down on me about another movie.
From the
Go
right out
ahead,
the gate,
big.
ladies
What
and gentlemen.
what is the
Right
fourth
out the gate.
rendition of this multi-million-dollar franchise about?
Well, it's literally the continuance of Police Academy 3. However, it's with a twist, ladies and gentlemen, because welcome the COP, Citizens on Patrol. So this was a hilarious idea of instead of taking the hey man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Shoe fly with that out of my face. Thank you.
Sorry.
So yeah, this was it was a hilarious idea of literally just taking the citizens that or volunteer to kind of like be on patrol, just citizens that care about the community and just want to be part of um like a second tier of the police with no guns and no weapons and no nothing, just like exactly, honestly, just like the auxiliary cops that are here in New York. The exact same thing, in my opinion, because what happens when you're an auxiliary cop, they give you the stick and they give you the whole dress up, but they don't give you a gun. They give you a radio, they give you a stick, and then when something happens, you got to call the cops. So yeah, that's
A
pretty much.
stick's better than a flashlight.
No, they give you you literally
I see you.
you have the flashlight, you have the things to write things down. You can't really give people tickets, but you have to like write things down and then bring it back, type of thing.
I
All
see
right.
you.
So like and basically as a citizen, what you get on it is like, oh, you did community service. You could put it on your resume. It makes you look good, type of thing, right? So and in my opinion, really, what that's for is just to like fill the crowd so that they can look like there's more cops than there actually are. But anyway, this whole idea was from the captain to kind of just try to clean up the streets by putting citizens on the streets as an eye. So the other thing is that this movie basically was all about bringing in some new blood. Here
Yes.
comes David Spade
David Spade's
with a skateboard.
theatrical
Darling.
debut.
Yes, here comes David Spade. You know what I mean, with all his funniness and acting like a little Mahoney. It was he was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, he was, and I forgot like how good of a skateboarder he was. Even though some of that was
You
stunt
know
double.
that wasn't them
Nah,
skateboarding.
no, but like no, but some of the things you could see that he did himself. But you could see that some of those things were stunt doubles clearly. But at the same time, it was just nice to see him because you look at David Spade now, but it's been how many years? So like, but still like it's
Out of this cast, he's probably the most biggest actor.
at this point, yeah,
Well, I mean, is it? Well, no. Well, Sharon Stone's in this movie, so no, he's not bigger than
yeah,
Sharon Stone.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
but at the time, you could see that they were trying to put everybody on because the most famous
oh
one at the time was Mahoney
yes,
and Bubba, but they were literally just trying to put everybody on, and because this was getting all of the attention back then, and the one thing that is most memorable about this movie is yumma 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 yumma.
That was one of the most racist things today.
It was.
And you what? As I'm watching this movie, we said this before. When it comes to these older movies, shout out to the Unpopular Review Entertainment crew who could not stomach this film franchise. Probably okay, but I'm watching and I go, yeah, that was racist, but those were the times.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to sit there as I executive do this thing and just say those were the times.
Yes.
You know, like
Yes.
so. But yeah, Yamahama. Like I'm watching it again with my wife, and she's like, "That's really racist." As he's in the back of the police car, but executive consultant with the mute on the high ties again. You find no humor in this movie? John Cat Gold,
Oh, Bobcat. Yeah. He
Bobcat
became
Gold plate.
big.
You know
He
what's
became.
funny? I was telling my wife today, I said, wow, no one ever taught you about special needs. I said, other than people in the wheelchair. I said, no, I was 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know he had Tourette's. I just thought he was talking like that. And it was
I don't
funny.
care what the f he has. He was terrible. Why? I had to deal with him as a villain in movies prior, but now I have to deal with him as this stupid police officer. It's just. Oh.
You need a
I don't
therapist.
know if I've ever been so annoyed by a franchise, and we did Harry Potter, but I
What?
like.
Don't have me walk off stage.
Go ahead and dice it
Harry
up. But
Potter is
let
a
me answer.
global
Let me answer the
phenomenon.
question that you asked me before you decided when to tell me what your wife does or does not do. So I'm sitting here, you know, and I'm giving the good old college try. Perhaps we all heard this, right? I'm thugging it out. I said I saw Police Academy 1 crap, right? I saw Police Academy 2, you know, right? I said, oh, you know what? I believe in third chances sometimes. I'm going to watch Police Academy 3, right? Watched it, you know, and I do this, and then this hater over here keeps putting a little rain cloud over my head. Don't give an F, because, yes, that's how I felt. I felt like it was 30 Days of Rain when I watched Police Academy 3. I said, it can't get much worse than this. Can't get much worse than this. Here comes Police Academy 4. It ain't even had a decent intro. You know, I'm like, okay, maybe I get a chuckle here and there. Right? Look at Mike down there, like when they interrupt me any second. I appreciate you giving me my respect, giving me my time, right? I appreciate that. Mr. Triple X, Police Academy 4. I got it. Ah, here we go. Jesus, Mary Joseph. You know, I like to think I'm very close to people. I have so many people I'm like really good friends with. If I'm around this person my best friend. Around this person my best friend. This person. I've been blessed in a world where most people are not your friends. I've been very blessed, right? Got that with Mike. Got that with, you know, people not only in the show right now. See, superior everybody. Bad Guy Jack, Titus D, Steven, you know, Big Daddy Cool, Titus D's. One of the people I'm really close with, like this Titus D's, is this man right here. And what does this man do to me? I said, Vic, it is your turn. What we going to watch for the franchise? And he said, Police Academy. And you know what I said? I said, I'm going to support my boy. I never seen it. I'm going to support him. I'm going to give a shit. People jumping off the ship like flies, right? That's why you haven't seen us on YouTube lately. People jumping off the ships like flies. Like, I don't want to do this movie. What the hell is this? I can't do this, Chris. I quit. I said, no, stay. We don't have to worry about doing it. That's what I told him. I said, I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to support my boy. You know, like the people who stormed the Capitol for Trump. I'm going to support my boy, right? Vic, I can exclusively say on whatever date I release this bullshit, right? Whatever date I release this video, I am no longer supporting you. I'm going to watch Police Academy 5 and 6 and 7 with the FU. I'm going to have your see this phone right here? Your picture is going to be right there, right? With that grin on your face right now. Your picture is going to be right there. And the entire time that I'm watching Police Academy 5, 6, and 7, I'm going to have my middle finger at that phone. I want to let you know that's going to be talented. I'm going to be putting the Guinness Book of World Records. Shout out to Natalia Dahart. That's what I'm thinking of so far in this movie. Hey, guess what? Final thoughts still to come. Mr.
I
Mike
didn't get
Knox.
my
That was
first
a
thoughts.
spoiler alert.
So
Clearly,
that,
what you
yeah,
mean final
clearly,
thoughts? What are you talking about?
I want to know at what part. And I say this all the time because I say this respectfully to anybody and everybody. Comedy, in my opinion, is the most subjective thing there is than music and art. Because what one person finds funny is different than somebody else finds funny. Art is the same way. What one finds in art is different. To me, music, you either got to hear for music or you don't. I'm sorry. That's not very subjective to me. Either your dumb ass don't know what good singing is or what a rapper is. But in movies and comedy, they're open for all kinds of subjections. I'm sorry. As a child, I love the Police Academy franchise. As an adult, rewatching them, Vic, I've been here with you. I didn't jump ship. I've been here. I was like, hell yeah, let's do Police Academy, baby. I didn't like the first one too much, right? I liked the second one. I thought the third one was even a little worse. Well, I kind of get the first one a thumbs up. I get the other 2 thumbs down. So far through this one, through Citizens in Patrol, I'm sorry. This movie had everything you can ask for a movie coming out in 1987. And as a person who does this for a living, because we're here on a Tuesday night recording, whenever it comes out, I don't know what night it is, but it's a Tuesday when we're doing this shit. This was a funny movie in 1987.
It'll be before Christmas. Should have been on Halloween because this was scary.
Yeah. He got all the bars tonight. But again, as Vic said, now listen, you bring in my man Tab Thacker. That's my man Tommy House from Wildcats in this movie. Okay, you introduced Bobcat Goldplate in this movie. The old lady, what's her name? What's her name? Mrs. Philman? Oh my God, when Tackleberry goes into the damn bank, there's like freeze and they like turn the gun on him, right? And then she just comes busting through with the motorcycle. She goes, cuff him.
No, I mean, listen, from the beginning, she was about that action.
She was about that act from the beginning
really
of this movie.
Like,
you're like,
I love that about
like
her. Really
this movie ended. My guy from Fast Times at Richmond High, he's in this movie. Tony Hawk, people, is in this movie.
Yep.
David Spade is in this movie. Sharon Stone is in this movie. This franchise was going to hell. You cannot sit here in any consciousness and tell me you will watch Hot Shots, Airplanes, or anything in the same exact genre as this and find those funny and not this, because they're the exact same movies and shows with different plots. This movie is funny in 87, and I was sitting here watching because as we watch these movies, I say, am I going to give it a thumbs up? I'm going to give it a thumbs down. I'm like, well, I'm not sure if I really like it. I said, it's a chuckler. She goes, nah, babe, you're really over here laughing at this movie. And I found myself like I am really laughing at this movie. Those who appreciate the beautiful Fox show by Mr. Shell, The New Girl, you can understand comedy like this. If you like The New Girl and my man Schmidt, then you love Tackleberry, you love my man Zed, Bobcat Goldplate, you love Mrs. Philman, you love Bubba Smith and his racist. And again, we're talking 1987. What was accepted then, I get's not accepted now, but you still have to look and see, watch films for where they were when they were made for, and I judge them off that merit. That's just me. You can judge it off watching it today. It's a piece of shit. I'm judging it off of from 1987. This movie was absolutely funny, and today I think it holds its weight. So far, so good. My final thoughts, I don't know, Vic. We're going to get us to a commercial break, and I come back and tell you whether I'm a rain cloud or a sunny rainbow. I don't know. What's wrong with being a sunny rainbow? I like to ride around on sunny rainbows with a unicorn. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's better than being a dark cloud raining for 30 days. Just saying.
Hello? Mom, Dad, I changed my mind and I'm coming home for Christmas.
What? We have only 12 hours, so we're going to perform a little Christmas miracle. I'm getting the ham. You get the tree.
Tim Allen.
Your face. It's like it's frozen.
I got a Botox injection today.
Luther.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. Christmas with the Cranks.
You know, I'm going to do something uncharacteristic. I'm going to go first with my final thoughts. That's what I'm going to do because I just remembered how angry I was in this movie. I can't believe my boy Vic did this to me. It's like, all right, so I want to say this. And I want, matter of fact, put your ass on. Where you at? I am sorry I said anything about the city of New York. I knew you were prideful about your city, right? But to get back, right? The payback's a bitch that you just did to me by having me watch Police Academy. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, 7 Police Academy movies. You've won this battle, my friend. You've won this battle. I am so upset. This movie was god. I can't think of anything good in this movie. This movie was god awful. It was not funny. It was not humorous. It was not comical. I did not chuckle. I did not ha. I did not do anything. You know what I did during this movie? If I didn't delete it, I will put the tear thing up because it was bad. And Vic, thumbs down.
It's a thumbs up. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, it's a thumbs up. This movie was fun. It was funny. It was comical. It was a chuckler. And you just have to have a pulse and not your poop up your poop to understand that comedy's subjective. It's not funny to him. That's okay. But he's wrong. This shit was funny. Thumbs up. And Vic, right, know your answer. You give us the same one every movie.
Well, yeah, clearly, you know. I mean, because you know what? The thing about it, what I like about these movies is the message that they were trying to portray at the time. Because the one thing about comedy is that they're making fun of what's going on right now. So, for example, like I was thinking about talking about All in the Family because that's probably the most racist show ever.
I know it's more racist than the Jeffersons. They both pretty racist.
No, but they ran off each other.
They did. Look, Lamar Jones, Michael Winslow's character, the guy with the voices,
yeah,
and the Asian Chinese things, like in that time, kung fu movies were very popular. And the talk around everybody who watched a kung fu flick was that's how the talking is in the movie. In the movies when you're watching him. So him portraying that, it was funny. If you go back to wrestling fans, and we're all wrestling fans here, and I know it didn't work, but a lot of people thought it was funny when he did the Kai and Tai thing. And they were talking like that with the whole choppy me pee stuff off. Because although it's offensive, and I tell people this when it comes to wrestling, everything wrestling's ever done has been offensive. They had Mexicools for heaven's sakes, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, some people, and as much as I know that was offensive, it was funny. They came out on Juan Deers. Okay, it was funny, right?
I mean, but you know what though? Sometimes
you know,
get offended for you. One thing,
yeah. And I thought when him doing that in that time in this moment, yes, today it doesn't really hold up doing that, making fun of Asian people, but back then, Asian people made fun of Asian people by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all
that Michael Winslow was doing. I mean, that people could get offended, but everybody was about it. You know, and everybody was with that, and playing kung fu in the streets and talking like this and doing. Everybody was on that. You know what I mean? So, but like I said before, like what I like to see in those movies is basically what the overall message is. And like I keep saying that this was very, very marketing, very Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was an actor, so you know what I mean. Like there was a lot of crime in the streets, and there were a lot of ideas being thrown around as to what to do about that. And this was one of those things. And they put a whole bunch of comedy to it. They evolved more into the characters, and just gave them more of a storyline. A lot of people were in higher ranks and things like that. And for that time, hilarious. So you know, I mean, I think
the Vic is the best salad bar in the city.
What?
Remember, he said Mahoney said it's the best salad bar in the city, and they walk into the gay bar and they're dressed up like they like that's funny.
Yep.
If all three of us all of a sudden walk into a straight, it's not a gay bar. Like today, gay bars are lesbians are in there. You know what I mean? That was an all male gay bar. Like we're gonna probably have some kind of like concerns and try to leave, and they start dancing with us. That's funny. Like you're not
Mm-hmm.
dance first. I don't know. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, I
Rain
feel
cut
you.
over here. I'm gonna find that thing now. I'm gonna download it. Make sure I get it when he's on my show too.
But clearly it's a thumbs up. It's an interesting movie, but you know, not everybody's gonna agree. Like, and that's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like, it's not it's not necessary for everybody to agree. What the fuck you mean that I'm soft? It's not that I'm soft. You're the one that's soft. You need to shoe fly with all of that.
I
You know
like what
why?
you
Because
said
you
though
want
with
to be a rain cloud about everything. You know what the thing is? You know what the truth is? You know what the truth is?
he can't handle the truth.
There's some people, right, that just are really good at knowing what to say
Mm.
as opposed to knowing what's going on. You know what I mean? When politics come around, nah, I'm an independent. So that then, you know what I mean?
We
Then
can
that
have the
you can
conversation. Yeah.
take yourself out of it. You feel me? That's how those kind of people get down. So they don't can necessarily see the type of things
So
that
what's Police
that I'm
Academy
talking about.
5? Is that the Moscow joint?
No, that's seven.
No,
That's
they
You know what I
seven.
go.
mean? And
They go
mind
to
you, so here's the
they
thing: the
go to
Moscow. You
Miami.
see the whole Moscow thing? A Cold War all day.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? Cold War all day was like 1989.
Here
You
we
know
You
what I'm
go.
see,
saying? So
you
like,
see, Mahoney's gone though.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
job,
That's
Mike.
the
You
fake
got big
Cold War
started.
all day. No, I mean, listen. Here's
Here
this.
it goes.
The last thing I'm going to say is this: the reason I mentioned All in the Family is because you get to see how people felt during the Nixon administration.
I knew it had something to do with
Exactly the
politics.
things that made fun of it is so crazy, and all of the craziness and shit that like people say and they argue about and all. It's insane. Insane, that show. And the Jeffersons, oh my god, it makes me end up walking like George Jefferson and shit. My father used to love that show. Love it. Why? Because all they were doing from the pilot episode, and mind you, Lionel was in the first show. From the pilot episode, you got back and forth just going on, man. What? When you see George Jefferson talk about like I don't eat with honky and all that other stuff, what? Crazy. Everybody was wilding. But anyway, let me shut up before I say something. I
Listen,
mean, I'll probably end up doing All in the Family by myself, and you want to sit here and call me
hey,
I
soft.
mean, after Police Academy 4, you might. All
first
right.
of all, I would definitely join you for that. I watch classic television. I'm cool with classic television. I'm not afraid
Mm-hmm.
to dive into the emotions that not is America today.
Right.
But what we got coming up next is going to be consulted besides Police Academy 5. We got this is the Christmas season we're in right now. It should have been like Halloween, you said, but we got all the holiday movies going out, whatever doesn't offend you. Police 90. No, forget all that. My grandma told me I'm gonna say God bless you because I believe in God. So Merry Christmas season is coming. Happy holidays, Police 90, Kwanzaa, all that good stuff. All those movies coming out. And you can check out all the shows on the network because we're like on YouTube every day. Every day. Wrestling, entertainment. I mean, heck, soon we're gonna get pocketball tournaments going on. We just don't know. If there's a market for it, we're gonna try to show it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On Pop Review, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it. Just help us out. Like, follow, subscribe. We ask for a collection plate. Just go ahead and do the right thing. All right. We out of here, y'all. Peace.